Welcome back to the Strong Foundations for the Beginning Guitarist. Let's turn to page 5 in the book now. To start out, tablature is written with 6 lines as opposed to just 1 line. So here you have the thinnest string at the top and the thickest string on the bottom. So as you can see there, Eddie ate dynamite good by Eddie. E-A-D-G-B-E. So, thinnest string is down here. If you ever forget how this works, how it looks, you can always line up the paper with your strings on the guitar. Reading from left to right, the numbers, which are still the frets, on the strings, and if the 2 numbers line up, then they're played together. So try the middle example there. So you have the 3 on the 2nd string, next note, open thinnest string, the 2nd fret of the G string, and then 3 and 2 together. Okay, now at the bottom of page 5, sometimes the fingering is given as well. So here you have this example where the finger numbers are 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it says 3 at the bottom of the diagram. So you use your 3rd finger to play the 12th fret. And then go back to your 1st finger at the 10th fret. Then open, obviously that's your open finger, and then 3 on the third fret of the B string. All right, let's go to page 6 now, where we have songs and tab. So here are some standard tunes that will help you cross strings and move between fingers. So play everything with downstrokes and assign each of the 4 fingers of the left hand to the first 4 frets on the guitar. For example, if the song has a note on the 3rd fret, then use your 3rd finger. So let's check out James Bond number 3. This is between the thinnest 2 strings, okay? And just do all downstrokes again. So it's like... Okay, so as you play that, make sure to cross strings doing your downstrokes, and then also play on the very tips of the fret hand. So don't play on the pads of your fingers, or else you'll mute out the thinnest string. So you have to play on the very tip of your finger, otherwise you'll hit the thinnest string with the pad of your finger. So go ahead and pause this and practice that song a little bit. Okay, now Jingle Bells. So this is on the thinnest string, and really just test your tab reading. And it also goes in 2 systems. So you'll see Jingle Bells, 1 whole line, and then the second part of that melody is on the next line. So let's play this very slowly. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, so when you're looking at this notation here, there's no rhythm involved. You have to actually know the song, and most of you guys do know these songs, and that's one reason why I chose to use them. But when you're playing this, make sure to work out the trouble spots. Like, one thing that students commonly have a difficult time with is that 3rd measure where it's like... So it's probably best for you just to work on that melody a bunch, that part, until it feels comfortable, and then you can play that up to speed with the rest of the song. Pause the video now and work on Jingle Bells for a bit. Okay, now let's go to Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Again, you guys all know this song. just make sure that you are playing the right strings and everything. It's common that beginners get mixed up on what hand is playing what string. So this will really synchronize your hands. Just take this one slow and make sure to do the correct fingering on it so that you're playing it open. 3, 2, 2, 0, 2, 3, 0, 0, 2, 2, 0, 4, 0, 2, 4, 0, 2, 4, 0, 2, 4, 0. Okay, let's go on to Silent Night now. One thing as you're doing this, a long piece you won't memorize as easily as a short piece. So as you're reading, make sure that your hand is kind of close to the music. As you can see, I'm reading it right in front of me here. And my left hand is directly over the music. So if you guys are trying to read like this and you look back at your hand and you look back at the page, you'll often get lost. So let's try Silent Night. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, ready, set, go. Okay, go ahead and pause the video and work on that part. Okay, now for page 7. How to read fretboard diagrams. Okay, so the horizontal lines represent the strings. The first or thinnest string is on the top, and the thickest string, 6th string, is on the bottom. The vertical lines are frets. To play this example, start on the thickest string and play the notes from left to right. E, F, G, and then move to the A string and play the notes from left to right, A, B, C, and continue this process through the rest of the strings. So, again, what I'm doing here is I'm playing across each string like this. I'm playing E, F, G on the thickest string, E, F, G, and then go to the next string, open A, B, C, and then I'm playing D, and playing E and F, which are at the 2nd and 3rd fret. Then I'm going to the G string, playing open G, and the 2nd fret A, playing open B, then C 1st fret, D 3rd fret, and then open E, F 1st fret, and G 3rd fret. Okay, again, that sounds like this. You can practice that up and down. Okay, so it's a good thing just to practice that scale up and down. Knowing those natural notes in first position are very important, and we'll go over that more in just a moment, what those notes are, because this is the first that you guys are hearing of notes as letters as opposed to frets or numbers. So let's move on to the chromatic scale. This is all 12 notes, which include sharps and flats. Again, we're going to go over that more in a moment. For now, just treat this as a finger exercise. Okay, and I want you guys to definitely practice this. It goes like this. Ascending first. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Descending. Just take it slow. You can alternate pick if you want to. But for right now, I just really want you guys to take it slow and just, again, work on downstrokes. We're going to go over more technical exercises a little bit later. So play that scale a few times. Pause this now and work on that chromatic scale and the open natural notes in that fretboard diagram. Okay, On to page 8, and now we're going to go over the specifics of fretboard theory and the natural notes on the fretboard. So the musical alphabet is as follows: A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And those are the natural notes. The distance between notes is measured in steps. You have whole steps and half steps. There are other intervals, but for right now, a whole step and half step are very important. Now the guitar is arranged in half steps, meaning every time I go up, I'm going up in half steps. Okay? So from here to here is a half step. Here to here is a half step. Here to here is a half step. A whole step is a distance of 2 frets. So whole steps, even 0 to 2 is a whole step. 0 to 1 is a half step. Whole step, half step, whole step, half step. Okay? Now naturally, in the musical alphabet, there are whole steps and half steps. Just like on the piano, it doesn't always alternate going white, black, white, black, white, black through the keys. There's 2 places where it just goes from one white key to another white key. Let's check out the open A string, because that's where our alphabet starts. So everybody play the open A string. Play 0. Now play B, the 2nd fret. Play C, the 3rd fret. Play D, the 5th fret. Play E, the 7th fret. Play F, the 8th fret. Play G, the 10th fret. And then the octave A at the 12th fret. Again, that's 0, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 10, 12. And that's just like your minor scale that we learned in the beginning. And you'll see between A and B is a whole step. Between B and C is just a half step. To D, between C and D is a whole step. Between D and E is a whole step. Between E and F is a half step. Between F and G is a whole step. And between G and A is a whole step. So the half steps occur between B and C and E and F. All of the other letters of the alphabet are separated by whole steps. Okay? But every B to C and E and F are separated by a half step. So let's go out randomly. I'll ask you to play some different letters and see if you remembered all that. Play B. Right, 2nd fret. Play C. Good, 3rd fret. Play E. 7th fret. Play G. Right, 10th fret. Play D. 5th fret. Play F. 8th fret. Play A. Right, you can do 2 A's. Both A's. Okay, good. So we'll go through more on how you can find notes all over the fretboard, but I want to show you about sharps and flats now. Everybody turn to page 9. So on page 9, we have accidentals. Notes separated by a whole step have a chromatic or accidental note between them. An accidental changes a note, making it either higher or lower. You have a sharp, which raises a note 1/2 step. Okay, for instance, this is D, as you just learned from the previous page. So a sharp takes it 1 fret higher like that. So now it's at the 6th fret, that's D sharp. This is D, this is D sharp. A flat takes a fret back. So this is D, this lowers a note by 1/2 step, D flat. So this is D, this is D sharp, this is D, this is D flat. And you sometimes will also see a natural symbol, and that cancels out a sharp or a flat. So, this was C at the 3rd fret, and this was D at the 5th fret. Now that space in between them could either be thought of as C sharp, 1 fret higher than C, or D flat, 1 fret lower than D. C sharp and D flat sound exactly the same. If I were to play this note, and you, one person, said this was C sharp, and then you, another person, said this was D flat, you would both be correct because they sound exactly the same. They're only used for formula reasons. We have keys and certain arrangements and orders of notes that follow a very specific formula. So we'll go over that more later, but for right now, understand that the multiple spellings of notes is called enharmonic. Enharmonic. And at the bottom of page 9 are some of the enharmonic equivalents. So A sharp is the same as B flat. C sharp is the same as D flat. E sharp or D sharp is the same as E flat. F sharp is the same as G flat. G sharp is the same as A flat. And also B sharp is the same as C. C flat is the same as B because they're a half step away. E sharp is the same as F, and F flat is the same as E. Okay, let's go on to page 10, and there's a bit of a quiz on that same kind of information. I'd like you guys to pause this and do that. Let's go to page 11 now, and this is a note-finding game. This allows you to find notes all over the fretboard. As you can see, there's a lot of places that you can play an F note on the fretboard. And I'm going to show you a way that you can piece them together. Part of that is due to the understandings you already know, the knowledge of that there's 12 notes, meaning you can add 12 frets to anything and you'll get that same note in another register. Or you can also just move down, because this guitar is tuned at 5 frets and 4 frets between here. You can just move 5 frets down from any note and you'll find that same note on the next string. So at the bottom of page 11, we're going to use that concept to find all the Fs. Here's an F, first fret of the thickest string, and from that we're going to be able to find all the rest of the Fs. We're going to start out by staying on the same string, adding 12. So at fret 13 is another F. Now we're going to subtract 5 from 13, and that gives you 8. On the 8th fret of the A string is another F, right? Those are the same notes. Now we're going to subtract 5 from 8 until you get to the 3rd fret here. Okay, 8 minus 5 is 3. Again, the same note. Now we're going to add 12 to 3, and that gives you 15. Okay, so up at the 15th fret, you have another F. Now we're going to subtract 5, which gives you, what does it give you? Right. 10th fret is another F. Now, when moving between these two strings, the number is no longer 5, it's 4. Remember, there's only 4 frets between these two strings. So you're going to subtract 4 from 10, and you get 6. Now subtract 5 from 6, and you get 1. And the last F we'll find. Add 12 to 1, and you get 13. So that gives you all your Fs. Okay, now you can choose one note a day and, find them all over the fretboard. That would be a great way to start unlocking the mysteries of the fretboard. Okay, so let's end there, and I hope you guys enjoyed that lesson, and I'll see you guys on the next one.